Thank you very much for coming. My name is Brenda Hinton and I'm with Rawsome Creations, and I wanted to show you one of the easiest, most nutritious beverages that you can make for you and your family. I'm going to make some almond milk for you today, and I wanted to say welcome to my home away from home, or actually my kitchen away from home. This is the culinary studio of Living Light Culinary Institute, where I'm a visiting chef, and that's where I'm showing you today how to make the almond milk. I'm going to be using the Vitamix, which is a high-speed blender. Most of you might have a Vitamix at home. You can use your own blender that you have, but the pulp from the almonds, when we get to that step here, you'll see that pulp will be a little bit larger than if you were to use one of the high-speed blenders, which would be a Vitamix or a Blendtec. Now I'm going to be using almonds today, almonds and making almond milk, but you can use any kind of nuts that you have. Brazil nuts, you could actually use hemp seeds, you can use any kinds of seeds or nuts. I choose almonds because they really are the queen of nuts. They're incredibly alkalizing, they're very, very nutritious for you, and what I've done with them is sprout them overnight. I took about a cup of almonds and put them into a glass jar that I have at home, and then I fill it full of water. You need to soak your almonds for about 8 hours, so I just put them on to soak whenever I go to sleep at night. In the morning, I drain that water off, and they expand. You can probably see that they've gotten a little bit larger. They're actually expanded almost to a cup and a half, a cup and a quarter. So I'm just going to be using almonds and water, and the ratio of water to almonds depends on how thick you want your almond milk or your nut milk of any kind. When I'm making my almond milk today, I want it to be the consistency of the milk that I would have on granola or cereal. So I'm going to be having a cup of soaked almonds and about 3 cups of water. If you went 1 to 1, 1 cup of water and 1 cup of almonds, you'd end up more like an almond cream. And if you wanted a half and half, maybe you'd choose 1 cup of almonds to 2 cups of water. I think you get the picture. So all you do, this is where these really high-tech chef skills come into hand. You put your almonds into the blender, and you can see it's about a cup, and I'm going to pour just a portion of the water in. I've actually measured out 3 cups here for you, but I poured just a portion in, just enough to cover the almonds. The reason I do that is because when I turn on the blender, I just want those almonds to stay down close to the blades. Because if I would fill this completely full of water, the almonds are going to be jumping around all inside of the vessel, and they don't hit the blades as easily. So I'll just put about a cup in there, and then I'll turn on the blender and blend for just a little bit. It's going to get a little noisy, so hold on for 1 second. So I just blended a little bit. Now I'm going to place the remainder of my water in there, which again was about 3 cups. There we go. Whoops. 4 cups with all those almonds. And then I'll continue the blending. I want to blend long enough to make it very, very fine with that pulp. And then I'm going to be straining through a nut milk bag. There you have it. It shouldn't really take too long because, as I mentioned, these high-speed blenders are pretty powerful, and they break down that coarse almond pretty quickly. So I have nut milk bags. I want to show you the More Than a Nut Milk bag that's here. These are featured here on our website, More Than a Nut Milk bag, and you can use them for all different sorts of things. What I've done today is taken the bag, obviously, out of the packaging, and I use a pitcher to just put the bags over, and then I'm going to strain the milk into the nut milk bags. You can use 1 bag or 2 bags. I actually have 2 here today, just to make sure I get all of the pulp out. 1 is certainly sufficient. If you've blended completely, then you'll be able to squeeze everything through the nut milk bag and get that pulp here. And what you have in the pitcher is just our clear almond milk. I'll pour a little bit of that off and then finish. And the pulp we have, you can use this. Don't throw it away. Some people do. We want to save this because the pulp we can use for crackers or biscotti, pizza crust, cookies, all kinds of things. So you want to make sure that you save that pulp. Now, my almond milk today was only for a savory version, as I call it, so I didn't put any other flavorings in there, but you could certainly put cinnamon or vanilla, or you could sweeten it with some dates that you have at home. And almond milk is, of course, the perfect thing for you and your children, or just you, yourself, and you to have at home, would be to have your granola or just a little glass of almond milk. So thanks very much for stopping by the kitchen. Again, I'm Brenda Hinton at Rawsome Creations, and I really appreciate you being here to help me along with my dream.